Hey guys, it's Corey. Another video. This is my second week. Second week on tea. I get my next shot today. Haven't done it yet, but I'll do it tonight. So today's video is gonna be me answering questions that either people have asked me when I told them I was transitioning, or I actually reached out to like some friends and asked them to ask me some questions that they were curious about or wanted to know. So I have questions here in my hat. Regular show. Cool. Yeah, so I think there's about 20 questions here. And I kind of just wrote them down and put them in here. I didn't think about the answers. I actually forgot what some of the questions are. So I'm going to go through them and answer them as best as I can. So, and I'm also not going to say who asked the questions because, you know. So the first question I have here is, what made you decide to transition or start hormone replacement therapy? So what made me decide to actually start hormone replacement therapy is really just being uncomfortable in my body. I'm not comfortable with the feminine aspects of my body, and in order to have those permanently removed or changed, I have to take hormones to gain more masculine features and to lose feminine features and to deepen my voice, and stuff like that. So I decided to actually start the transitioning process just simply based off of my personal preference on how I feel about myself physically. So the next question is, do you have support? I do have support. Actually, I have a lot of support, a lot more support than I thought I was going to have. All of my friends that know, like when I told them, before I actually like came out to everybody on Facebook, the people that I told, the friends that I told in the beginning were super supportive. They were just like, that's great, congratulations, you know, I support this, if you need anything, let me know. My family, I initially told like a couple of my cousins, and they were very supportive from the beginning, and they were just kind of like, do what makes you happy, you know, we don't care, you're still our cousin, we still love you. I talked to my aunt who's transgender. She was very supportive, obviously. And, you know, my mom and my brothers, they don't have an issue that I know of. No, they're good. I mean, everybody's still like adjusting to the changes and what the changes are going to be, which, you know, is normal, and I expect that from anybody. But as far as anybody having issues or not fully supporting me, I haven't experienced that. So I'm grateful that everybody who knows is supportive of me. So next question. Maybe I should just move these over here and see how this works. There we go. Okay. Next question. When did you realize you were a boy and not just a tomboy? So that's it's not like a hard question, but I don't know, like, I don't know if there was a point that I can recall that I was just like, well, I'm a boy. I just know that when I was younger, I always felt like a boy, and I always did things with the boys. You know, I had 2 brothers, and most of my cousins are male. So, you know, we played a lot of football, and we played a lot of baseball, and I just always did stuff with them. So I just kind of feel like I always knew how to be a boy, and that's just there was like, I don't know, this probably is not gonna make sense, but there was no like real realization because I always felt like I was a boy. So there was no moment that I was just like, oh, I just always felt like a boy. And I guess, as you get older and you learn about different gender identities and things like that, I was just kind of like, well, maybe I'm gay because my body is female. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was a great answer, but that's my answer. Next question. What was it that made you comfortable enough to come out to the world? So I wasn't necessarily uncomfortable about coming out to the world. I was more so cautious of what my family would think. And I think anybody would be nervous about how the people that mean the most to them would take news that most people don't accept. And, as I told you guys before, when I came out as gay to my mom, it wasn't like a great experience for me. So, telling my family that I was transgender, I was nervous of that. So I didn't want to tell anybody. But one thing that actually really helped me come out to everybody, like on Facebook, was after I told my mom, and my initial question to her was like, I asked her how she would feel, and she made the point to me that it doesn't matter how anybody else feels about me, my decisions, and what I do with my life. It just matters that I'm making decisions that ultimately make me happy, and people are either going to accept that or they won't, and if they don't, then that's on them. So once I kind of had that conversation and I realized that my family was supportive, my close friends were supportive, I just kind of really didn't care how anybody else was going to feel about it. So that's why I was okay with coming out on Facebook, because I didn't care, pretty much. Hi, buddy. My dog is here. He thinks he's a lap dog. Come here, bud. This is my lap dog boy. Say hi, bud. Yeah. Alright. Now he's gonna stay here with me. So, okay, next question. Hi, buddy. Do you have any religious beliefs? I do. I am Buddhist. I'm not sure if that was like the end of the question or if you wanted, like, if you were asking because you want to know like what my religion thinks about transitioning. So I'm Buddhist. The rest of my family is Christian, maybe. Not 100% sure what everybody's religion is in my family. But growing up, I wasn't raised religious. I started going to church when I was 13 or 14, and it was a non-denominational church. My brother, I do know that my brother and his wife are Christian, but yeah, I'm Buddhist, so if you want more to that question, you can ask. I don't know if there's more, but yeah. If you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give about transitioning? If I could talk to younger me, I would pretty much have the conversation that my mom had with me, and tell me that it doesn't matter what anybody's gonna think or what anybody's gonna say about what you do with your life and the decisions that you make. we can't please everybody, we can't make everybody happy. So no matter what you do, you're gonna disappoint somebody. So you might as well do what makes you happy. So I would just tell me to come out sooner. So not be afraid to come out sooner than I did. Why did you pick the name Corey? So I chose the name Corey. Well, I chose the spelling that I chose because I actually had it as a name that I wanted to name, like, if I ever had a son. However, I love the name so much that I decided to take it from myself. Not that I can't still give it to my son, but the spelling of my name is Buddhist, and it means transparent spirituality. So I chose it because I just felt like that really fit me. I feel like I'm a really transparent person in every aspect, not just spiritually. So I just thought that it was a name that really fit me. So that's why I picked it. Next question is, when did you know you wanted this? This as in transitioning, or this? I don't know what exactly you're asking. Like I said, I've always known that I was a boy or male. And I've actually wanted to transition for a long time. But like I said, because of, me coming out as gay or lesbian, that didn't go over so well. So I kind of held off on wanting to transition. But I have wanted to for like years. So it's been a long time. I don't know if that answered your question or not. Sorry. What physical changes are you hoping to see? Physical, I definitely want to grow a beard. And all the men in my family have like very healthy, nice beards. So I think that that's going to happen, but also in the other aspect, I don't grow hair a lot already as it is. Like, my legs, well, I know you can't see, but like, my legs have like almost no hair on them. I don't shave them at all. My arms, like, very light hair. Well, I mean, my hair's cut, but you can see my hair's like not real thick on my head. I do have those 6 hairs down here that I'm kind of proud of right now. But, so I want to grow a beard. I hope that my muscles get bigger. I go to the gym a lot. I mean, they're already big, but I just kind of want to get a little bit more toned. And I guess that's kind of it. I mean, I guess I want to lose some weight, but I don't know if that has anything to do with transitioning. But yeah, just I want to grow a beard and bigger muscles, and obviously I want my voice to get deeper, but that's it as far as physical changes. I do hope my hair gets thicker, but I don't know if that's a thing. And I know like a male pattern baldness kind of runs in my family, so that may happen. I don't know. Why did you choose injections instead of the pill or cream? Okay, so I hate needles. I think everybody is aware of that. However, I chose the injection because the injection works the quickest as far as like changing things physically, and it also gives you more masculine results than taking the cream or taking the pill. Also, the pill is like really, really hard on your liver, and that's not something I want like to happen because I like my liver. So I did decide to do the injections. I feel like they're the safest, and I think that I'll get the results that I actually want to get with the injection. So, what's your advice for teens today that feel they have no one to talk to about their sexuality? So one thing that really, really helped me, which actually wasn't a choice I made, but one thing that really helped me when I was younger, was counseling. When I told my mom I was gay, she put me in counseling. And although, like, at the time I was kind of upset because I felt like you know, there's nothing wrong with me. You just don't understand me. However, counseling was one of the best things I ever did because most of them, you know, are non-judgmental. I'm saying most because we all know how the world works. But now, you know, there's counselors that specialize in working with the LGBT community, working with transgender youth and adults, and I just feel like if you feel like you have absolutely nobody to talk to, then I would seek counseling. If you're under 18 and you're in school, I would advise to speak to your school counselor because they'll be able to help you either talk or be able to find an outside counselor or help you talk to your parents to be able to find an outside counselor that you can have long term because obviously when you graduate you won't have that counselor anymore. So counseling is one thing. And there's like a lot of community things depending on where you live. I know in Cleveland we have 2 LGBT centers. One's on Euclid Avenue and the other one is on Detroit on the west side. They're open to anybody, really. And there's always people there that, you know, are willing to talk to you, willing to help you find resources. Cleveland also has the Pride clinics. They have like 3 locations: Rocky River, Brecksville, and one on Lorraine, like by West 150th. So there's a lot of different resources. I would just advise like trying to find different groups, different resources that you can reach out to that have people that are like you that you can talk to until you feel comfortable enough reaching out to your family or reaching out to your friends. So, are there any risks with taking testosterone? So yes and no. There are risks, but nothing that's like crazy. So one of them, like, there's like 3 big ones that I can think of. One risk is there's an increased risk of breast cancer. For me, that's not an issue because I will be getting a double mastectomy, so not really a risk for me. Another issue is an increased risk of cervical cancer. I will also be getting a full hysterectomy, so that's also not a concern of mine. And the last one is an increased risk of heart attack, but it's not like, it's kind of just like switching risks. Like, I have the same risks that any cisgender man would have. That's what my risks are going to be. So my heart attack risk will increase because men produce more of the bad cholesterol than women, therefore more likely for a man to have a heart attack. So there's no real like actual, I mean those are actual risks, but you know, there's no like, there's nothing really bad that can happen pretty much with taking it. So do you ever get nervous? I know you're being funny, but I am gonna answer it. So I actually do get nervous, just because I'm nervous that there are people in my life close to me that are never gonna like fully accept this. Don't know if that's true. It's just a thing I have. I'm nervous about it. I know you didn't want an answer, or maybe you did. I don't know. Are you high right now? I would pull that question after that question. I promise. I'm just grabbing these, even though I did pull them out of order. But no, I'm not high right now. Did you identify as a boy as a kid? I don't think I identified as anything. I mean, my mom introduced me as her daughter. I never corrected people. I'll say that. Certain people knew that I looked like a female. Some on my shirt here. Other people didn't. People would call me young man, people would call me sir, people would call me ma'am. Whatever people called me, I didn't correct them. And I worked at a nursing home for a long time with like a lot of older people. They always called me young man and sir, and it actually did make me more comfortable than, you know, people that called me ma'am or girl or whatever. So I wouldn't say that I identified as any gender when I was a kid. I didn't care which one you picked for me. So Are you afraid of the healing process? No. No. So I do plan on getting the surgeries together, a double mastectomy and a full hysterectomy. And just for the record, not everybody who transitions gets surgery, but a lot of people also don't get hysterectomies either. My reasoning is more of, like, for medical purposes, I just have issues. It has really nothing to do with me transitioning. So, yeah, but I'm not afraid of the healing process. I've had 2 surgeries in my past, and these are, things that I really want, and it's just going to be like any other surgery, taking time to relax and heal, and just hoping that my wife can at least take a week off of work or something. But yeah, no. Have you been bullied? If so, how did you deal? Not by friends. I was never really bullied for being gay. I remember in like 7th or 8th grade, I had this crush on this girl before I came out, and like these boys would always tease me and say, "Oh, you got a crush on her, you're gay." And I was like, "No, I'm not." And like that was kind of it. I wouldn't really call that bullying. But surprisingly enough, for some reason, all the boys like in my schools were always scared of me. I have no idea why. None of them ever saw me fight. I don't know. They were scared of me, so nobody really bullied me, like, ever. So, no. No, I didn't get bullied. I did get bullied when I was a kid, for being mixed. But I know that has nothing to do with this. Do you have a plan B? No. I don't have a plan B. I mean, I wouldn't say that this is really a plan A. I'm just kind of finally being open about who I am. There's no like plan here. But if you're asking like as far as like if one day I can't take testosterone anymore because something happens to my liver or if something like that, that's not going to change anything or who I am. So no, I don't have a plan B. 2 more questions. I know this video is like super long. Sorry. 2 more questions. Are you concerned about the process changing any aspects of your personality? So I do know that the doctor said that testosterone does have an effect on the brain. They don't actually know what it is. All they know is that if they scan your brain now and then they scan your brain after a year of being on T, the chemicals in your brain are different. I don't think it's going to change my personality, but I do think that it may change my what's the word I'm looking for? My like my mood, like my anger and stuff like that. Just because I feel like men are like a little bit more irritable. And I know that that's a thing with taking testosterone. But as far as like changing my personality, I think I'm going to be the same. Maybe I'll have like better dad jokes, but boxers or brief? Last question. I wear both, and I also wear boxer briefs. It just depends on what I'm doing, I guess. Like, I could wear regular boxers when I go to work, because there's not much moving there, but like when I go to the gym, I prefer boxer briefs. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. But both, I guess, to answer the question. So that is it. That is all the questions I have. If you have any more questions for me, or I did not fully answer a question that you wanted a more elaborate answer, feel free to comment below, or write me on Instagram, write me on Twitter, write me on Facebook. Find a way to contact me. But yeah, so my Twitter is @CoreyGray. My Instagram is __ Shady Buddha. I will respond. I also still have my GoFundMe up. I have collected about like $340 so far. So I will also post my GoFundMe again below. It's posted on my Twitter. It's on my Facebook. I don't think it's on my Instagram. I will put it on there tonight. So like, share, subscribe, donate, ask questions, whatever you want. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.